Gentleman from Tennessee, Dr. DesJarlais.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I would like to thank you, Secretary Hegseth and General Kane, for bringing pride, strength, and respect back to our military. Many critics have described the President's deployment of the National Guard in Los Angeles as unprecedented. But as you know, we've seen similar actions throughout history, from Eisenhower sending the 101st to Little Rock to Johnson and Kennedy federalizing the Guard over the objections of Southern governors during the Civil Rights era to George H.W. Bush deploying federal troops during the 1992 LA riots. Isn't it fair to say that there's a well-established precedent for presidents acting when state leaders are either unwilling or unable to enforce federal law or protect federal facilities?
Sir, nothing that we're doing on the ground is unprecedented. I would argue what is unprecedented is a governor and a mayor unwilling to protect law enforcement.
Well, thank you for being willing to step up. Considering we're going to shift gears here to the nuclear armed sea launch cruise missile program. I just wanted to touch base on that other subject because I think that's ridiculous that the criticisms that we're hearing in the media. But with Putin talking freely about using low-yield or tactical nuclear weapons, I think it's important we discuss the SLCM-N program for a minute. As you know, restoring SLCM-N capability to the Navy was recommended in President Trump's 2018 nuclear posture review. The Biden administration proposed to cancel this program, but based on consistent testimony from our senior military leaders that this system was necessary to address deterrence gaps, Congress continued to fund it, and in the FY24 Defense Authorization Bill required the Department to create a dedicated program of record for its development. What is your view of the SLCM-N program and the broader issue of modernizing our nuclear forces to ensure we have nuclear deterrent that meets the evolving threats we're seeing?
Well, so your characterization is correct. I want to thank Congress for keeping SLCM-N effectively alive under the previous administration because we think it's a critical capability. And you'll see in the FY26 budget, we fund it at over 1,000% increase. So we completely recognize the need for that capability. Alongside the entirety of the nuclear enterprise is critically important to maintain deterrence. If you're going to have peace through strength, if you're going to reestablish deterrence, you need to have a credible deterrent, especially at the foundational and baseline level, which is the nuclear level.
And General Kane, STRATCOM commanders and your Vice Chief Admiral Grady have testified about the importance from a military perspective of being able to provide the President with an additional response option and how SLCM can strengthen deterrence by providing a non-strategic response option that is not air delivered. Do you share that view?
I do.
Thank you. And General Kane, your testimony warns that the PLA's exercises around Taiwan are not just pressure campaigns, but rehearsal for force unification. Throughout my visits to our regional partners in the Indo-PACOM region over the last few years, you can feel that there has been a rising tide of recognition that China is a threat on their doorstep and ours. As the United States and the world has awoken to the increasingly adversarial actions of China, can you expand upon how the DoD is right-sizing our force structure to prepare for a conflict in the Pacific should our adversaries continue to escalate tensions in the region? And what are we doing now, not years from now, to ensure we can stop that move if it comes?
Yes, sir. Well, first, I share your, I share your views and those of Admiral Paparo related to what certainly appears like increasing rehearsals by the PLA in and around the Pacific. The administration and the Secretary in particular, through our interim National Defense Guidance and Strategy, which I won't get into in this forum, but is clear around the need for the department to focus on the Pacific and to scale our combat capability with systems, capabilities, and effects that would prevent Xi from advancing his narrative and create, frankly, multiple simultaneous dilemmas in their decision-making. And so we continue to work diligently on that through the services, as you talked about, and it's something that I'm keenly focused on with my global integrator role.
Okay, thank you. And I think Secretary Hegseth, you covered that pretty thoroughly in your opening statement. So I'm out of time, and I yield back.